directly and I give y'all that information. I don't know how I want to do it yet. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I am going to really take it seriously, because I'm just like, TikTok, y'all, honestly, take my word for it, TikTok is really a big bag. I done made a lot of money on TikTok. I will tell y'all what my best sales were, and you can apply for a free sample if they still do free samples. Okay, so my number one sales, I'm gonna just tell you my top two. My number one sales was the beds that had the Spider-Man covers. That was my number one sales. That generated over thousands of dollars. I'm not gonna tell y'all the exact amount, but that generated over thousands of dollars. My second one is the Katie Beauty box. That's why y'all see that I have it pinned. Hey, that's why I have it pinned. Katie Beauty box. Everybody like, well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but people like makeup. And then what makes it even fun, that is mystery stuff, and it's stuff that you're gonna like in there, and it's an affordable price. So guess what? People are gonna buy it. People are gonna buy it. And I think you can actually apply for free samples for the Katie Beauty box. I don't know about the bed frames, if y'all be able to do that, but the bed frames, like I said, was my highest sales, and then the Katie Beauty box. But yeah, I was thinking about starting a course or something to teach y'all how to do it and stuff. I know y'all like, oh, well, I know some people probably thinking like, how you gonna teach us? Your views drop down. That's because I'm not consistent. When you get on this app and you're posting around the same time all the time, posting all the time and stuff like that, then you're gonna see that your views are gonna come back up. I will tell you all, sometimes I do hashtags, but back in the day with TikTok, hashtags was the thing. Now TikTok is supporting people to not use hashtags. You don't use hashtags, and if you get a certain amount of views within, is it 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then they push your video out. If y'all go watch these couple of videos that I posted with a couple of thousand views on it, like 10,000, 20,000, I don't know. Y'all see that my videos haven't been going viral beforehand, like around that time frame. I would say like for the past 2 months, I guess. And I posted a video and it got traction. Posted another one with my eye. That got a lot of, I mean, that got some attention. And I don't think I use hashtags for either one of them. I don't know, but like, I can really teach y'all how to do it. You know, one thing I can say is you don't gatekeep. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. But I don't know if you came in here in time, but I'm thinking about doing like a group chat for that, for people that have different niches to come in and let's give each other ideas. Because honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I want to take content seriously, and y'all want to know day of a life and all that other stuff, but I feel like I have a basic life, and I know y'all like seeing cooking and stuff, but I don't feel like my lighting is up to par, and so that's what I'm. Dang. But my lighting isn't up to par, and so that's why I have not been posting. Like, it was alright, but for cooking videos, it's not cool. Like, for makeup videos, it's great lighting. So I see this one that I'm interested, that's been going viral on TikTok, that I want to purchase. What's the next thing? Like I said, we can all come in together and give each other ideas and times that we all can post and all that. And I can tell y'all what's the best times to post, because I have not been posting around the best times. But honestly, free game, you can really just go on Google and put in what's the best times to post on TikTok. It will tell you. How my dogs doing? Okay, I'm really sad about my dogs. So the little baby, she was dying, and I couldn't help her. Like, they said it was gonna be thousands of dollars to like help her.
Yeah, you have to pull forward.
And I'm like, I can't do that and stuff, you know. Y'all know what like happened when I couldn't work for a couple weeks when my car was down and stuff. So I'm like, I can't do that right now. And so I couldn't watch her die. I called animal welfare and stuff, and I had them come get her. They wasn't trying to get her. They didn't care that she was dying. Like, these people did not care about none of my dogs and stuff. I was really trying to get them help. I even reached out. I did the best that I could. Like, I was told that there's Facebook groups that help with this. I reached out to the Facebook groups, but it was getting bad. Within the span of 2 to 3 days, my little puppy, she was skinny, like almost anorexic. She would not eat. She was so weak that she would not walk, and it was hurting me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it was getting hard for me to watch. I'm like, I can't watch her die. Like, and then, like, y'all know I said she had blood in her stool. It started to just be just blood and like pus around the blood. Like, I can't explain it. It was bad, and it stunk real bad. And then she was vomiting foam. Yes, she had parvo. And I'm like, I can't watch this, Lord. I can't. If they pass away, like, this is gonna mess with me mentally. I gotta at least try to get them help. Like, for real. I didn't prepare for this to happen. I did not know this would happen. Like, what? And plus, I hadn't even had her for more than a week. They said I could return her within 30 days, I think, or whatever. But I had her for like 5 days, 6 days. And that happened in the span of that time. So I was really sad because I was getting close to her. Like, if y'all saw, I was posting her on my Instagram or whatever. But anyways, they wouldn't come get them, even though I told them what was going on. And I had called 911. I had called 911 and tell them, hey, you know, I got dogs that sick and stuff. They dying. I've been calling animal welfare. They ain't trying to get these dogs, and I'm telling them that I can't. I don't have the time for them to take care of them the way that they need to be taken care of. I was told they had to be hospitalized for a certain amount of time, and that's gonna rack up to a lot. Like, it's gonna be thousands of dollars and stuff, and I can't afford the number that they gave me. So they called them. So then they came, did the emergency pickup. Like, the following day, I believe. They knock on my door. I give them the baby, and I was crying. I was crying because she was so skinny. Just assuming that, honestly, they was probably going to put her down because it was very severe. And I didn't even want to know if that's what they was going to do. I didn't even ask because I know it would mess with me. And then, like, the lady made me feel bad. Like, I had my bigger dog for a long time. Like, it's been months since I had her. And so I'm just like, she like, you want to give them both up? I said, yeah, because I believe my dog has it and stuff, and she's starting to not eat and stuff. I've been trying to feed her. I've been trying to feed her chicken and rice, and which I was already feeding her chicken and rice before she even had parvo and stuff. Like, my dogs eat good. Like, I'm gonna show y'all that I treat my dogs really good. They got little they had little cupcake cookies. They got like little cookies for dogs. It was so cute. And they smell good. I ain't gonna lie. They smell real good. But they had some cupcake or confetti cookies. And then they had dog seasoning. I will buy her dog seasoning. The chicken flavor and the beef flavor. She had Purina. So y'all know that's a good brand. Purina. What else? Oh, I would give her wet dog food as well. And then when I would cook, I would give her some of the food. I couldn't season it without the dog seasoning, but she would eat sweet potatoes. She would eat rice, chicken, veggies, all that. Like, my dog was really spoiled. And then I got this like little scented conditioner. Smells so good, but she did not like it. But anyways, long story short, That made me feel bad. They like, do you want to give both of them away? And I was like, yeah, like, if she's sick too, like, I can't watch this and stuff. Like, I actually have a bond with the bigger one and stuff. I had her for a while. And she was like, you know, saying stuff, making me feel bad. She's so pretty. She looks so healthy. And this and that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. Like, do you really want to give her away? So I was just like, I'll keep her. I'm gonna just keep her. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see what happened. Okay. Couple days later, she started having diarrhea. Bad. It was like splats on my carpet and on my wall. Like it was bad. I'm like, oh my gosh. And she would not eat. She would only drink. And she looked sad. And she's a really happy dog. But then we go outside. She was happy. Like, she was running. And I'll be running with her. I'll make her chase me and play around with her and stuff like that. She's very active. But she wasn't eating. That's the problem. And so I'm like, you know, it might get worse for her. Because I'm having diarrhea everywhere. And I had to throw away her cage. Because of the little baby was in her cage. And it had parvo everywhere. Like, you know, throw up everything and blood and all that. Even though I kept cleaning it. I'm like, I ain't about to keep cleaning this. I'm about to just go ahead and throw it away. And just let her be free out the gate. Because, you know, the little puppy wasn't in certain places. So, let's hope that it'd be good. But like I said, she ended up pooping on my carpet. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. So I had to, like, shampoo my carpet several times. And it just got bad. One day I woke up. And it was like 8, 9, 10 splats all on my floor. And they big. And I'm actually going to have to remove, like, change my carpet out, like pull it from the ground and stuff. That's how bad it was. Like, the shampooing did not work. I used vinegar, I used baking soda, dish soap, and it was something else that I used to, you know, try to lift it out, and it just didn't work that well. But anyways, I told them, like, hey, you know, that lady peer pressured me to keep my dog and stuff, and it's getting worse for her. I don't want to give my dog up, but if there's nothing y'all can do and to help me, I can't keep her. Like, can y'all please get him? She like, well, we can't do all that. But that lady told me, like, hey, if you change your mind, I'll come back. The one who picked up the little baby, she said, if you change your mind, I'll come back and get her for you. So now they telling me they can't get her. So I'm like, I'm not about to watch her suffer. Like, and I think it's like what made me really close to her because of trauma. Like, she looked exactly like my childhood dog. Like, my childhood dog was a Rottweiler. His name was Debo. And I had him since I was 2 years old, all the way up until I think I was 16 or 17. And I was living in Tennessee. And while I was living in Tennessee, my dog died. Debo died. And I was not able to be there for him. No funeral or nothing. Yes, we had a funeral. They had a funeral for him. And that hurt me. I ain't gonna lie, that hurt me. And sometimes when I go to my mom and daddy's house, I still be looking out the window as if he's still there. He's not even there. And so when I saw this dog, originally I wanted a puppy. And on the pictures it was showing that she was a puppy, but when I got there, she was actually a full grown. She was still a pup, like, she was still considered a baby, but she just was big. They said, like, Rottweilers grow big fast. So when I got her, they saying she was 5 months, but I'm like, this ain't 5 months. This she you know, have, you know, it to my knees, my thigh, or whatever. But anyways, she reminded me of my dog, so I kept her and stuff. So I feel like that's what bonded me with her, and I was so close. And she was the sweetest dog. She listened. There was times that she did some stuff she knew she ain't had no business doing. She knew she was about to get in trouble, but she was a really great dog. And you tell her to come here, she come here. She won't run off on you. I did not have to put no leash on her at all. I let her run free because I don't believe in, like, treating dogs like animals. You get what I mean? Like, even though they are animals, like, I don't want them caged up all day. But I did buy a cage I did buy a cage. You know, if she went in my kitchen and knocked down all my stuff, or you know, I had like sweet potatoes in like a little bin, and she tear up the sweet potatoes, she had to go in timeout for a little bit, but I take her right back out. Man, I'm just stressed. And so I was really thinking about calling them, but I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I ain't gonna lie. Some stuff happened because I was begging them to help me. And I had, when my dog was like bleeding and going bald and stuff, I took her to the hospital and stuff, and I thought it was bad or whatever. I'm like, it's too much shedding in my apartment, and like, I don't want to get in trouble. So I was like, you know, then at that time I'm like, I tried to go back and give her back or whatever. And if y'all look at my Facebook post, I was like, you know, dog for sale, but I'm like, I don't really want to give her away, honestly. So I ended up saying, you know what, I'm gonna keep my dog. So like I said, when I brought that puppy, she got sick and stuff, and I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So I went to the animal welfare. I came in there. I did not know you had to have a leash, but mind you, I didn't have a leash on her. Usually I would have a leash on her in that type of environment, but I did not have a leash on her because I had to put that leash on the the little dog had threw up on that leash or whatever, and it was really bad. And I'm like, I'm not putting this on her and stuff. And the what's it called? Anyways, so I'm not putting it on her or none of that. And I had to trade out her collar as well. So I went to the animal welfare and I told them, like, I was on the phone with them for 1 hour and I was upset. I was on the phone. He said, can I place you on a brief hold? I said, yeah, no problem. He placed me on a brief hold, but the brief hold was not brief. It was a whole hour I was on the phone. So I'm like, my dog's sick. They didn't come and help me. Like, these people playing around. I already called the police and stuff. They said, well, we already gave you a call or whatever, since like they already came up and got the baby dog or whatever. So you're gonna have to figure that out with them. So the police didn't want to get involved in it anymore, because they said they can't force them to come get my dog. So I went to animal welfare, and the guy that helped me adopt the little one, or whatever, when I went in there, first of all, when I went in there was not, like, it wasn't busy, and nobody was on the phone. So you got me on hold for what reason? So I ain't gonna lie, I was rude, because why am I waiting for an hour? So I said, I've been waiting on this phone for an hour, and y'all not even busy. Like what's going on? I said, I came up here, because I actually came up there when they didn't want to do anything. I said, I came up here the other day. Y'all said I had 30 days to return the little puppy or whatever. It's only been a week, and y'all didn't want to help me with the puppy, because I said I didn't want to transport them in a car because they had diarrhea and they was throwing up uncontrollably. And I asked y'all to help me. And what I said, I told you they had parvocaine, and I'm sick. And I was sick, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I said, I'm sick. Like, I'm about to leave her here. Like, y'all figure it out, because I've been calling y'all for weeks, begging y'all to help. So then I walked out, and this lady was yelling at me like, la 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 la. I did not. I heard something about a leash, but mind you, there was pedestrians there. Well, you know, bystanders or whatever. So it was 2 workers and 2 people that was trying to adopt or whatever they was trying to do, that came in there, and they all tried to surround me and try to force me to stay in there. I said, you better not touch me. Like, because mind you, now I'm feeling attacked. I can't hear what's going on because the lady yelled at me. I didn't even address the lady at all. I only addressed the man that I had been dealing with, and he know what's been going on. I even cried when he told me that you remember I told y'all that he told me that most dogs don't survive parvocaine. That's what he told me. And so, like, I had, like, a heart-to-heart moment with him, like, but he was acting like he was dumb and stuff. So, I was like, y'all figure it out. So, but you better not leave, and just yelling. So, I couldn't really hear anything because, mind you, now I'm in defense mode because I got 4 people surrounding me. This old lady almost put her hands on me. I said, do not put your hands on me. Don't do it. Do not touch me. Don't touch me. I'm so serious. Do not put your hands on me. So, she backed up. Because I had a firm face to let her know I'm not playing with you. I don't care what your age is. You do not have the right to put your hands on me. I did not tell her that. But that was what I was thinking. And I don't care how old you are. You do not have the right to touch me. Period. So then there was one that followed me. And I'm already outside at this point. And she surrounded me. And I'm like, don't touch me. She about to touch me. I'm like, do not touch me. Do not touch me. I said, I have not touched you. Do not put your hands on me. And I already planned that if this went left, I was going to call the police anyways. Like, because they need to help the dogs, period. Like, don't people say that they care about the animals and stuff and, you know, more than people, right? No, they didn't care. So, I'm like, getting blocked in. And she said, I'm going to take a picture of your license plate. I said, do that. Go ahead, take a picture. I told her, I said, anyway, I ain't gonna tell y'all what I did. But anyways, I said, go ahead, take a picture. Go ahead, do it. She said, if you leave, then you're gonna face felony charges for neglect. And I'm like, thinking, hell no, I ain't finna go. I ain't finna go to jail for that shit. I ain't going to jail for that. So, I wasn't even planning on leaving anyways. I wanted to cool down for a second. I was going to sit in my car for a second and stuff. And probably, I honestly think that I was, at that time, I don't know, because that was like a week or 2 ago. I was thinking about calling the police anyway, because I felt like it was going to escalate, because I knew I was already upset and stuff. Because they had me on hold, and I had been asking for them to help for weeks, and nobody cared about my dogs dying and what that was doing to me or the dogs. So anyways, I let her take a picture. I ain't care. I said, go ahead. She told me that was neglect, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not about to face no neglect. I didn't know that was neglect. You know, since we in the dog place, I ain't think that was neglect. I ain't know nothing about it and stuff, and they already had known. So, known about the situation because they helped me weeks prior or whatever. So, what happened? I just called the police. I was sick. I need to go to the hospital. And that's why I didn't have the patient. I was so sick, y'all. I was running a fever. Well, no, matter of fact, let me go back. Anyways, so I was like, I'm gonna just call the police. I told them, hey, I need an officer here. You know, they're telling me that that I am going to face neglect charges if I leave my puppies here, but they're dying and I can't help them. And I'm telling them I cannot help them. And then they said I had 30 days to return the other one. They're not even trying to let me, you know, I told them what happened or whatever. And it's like, well, the police, we don't have, like, we can't do anything about that or whatever. But I said, well, just give me over to an officer, please, because, you know, these people have guarded me in the door and stuff, and they threatening me, and I'm afraid to go back. Like, I don't want to go back in there and stuff because they being violent. So she was like, well, we don't deal with that. I said, please give me over to a sergeant. Please give me over to an officer. And she said, well, I said, please give me over to a sergeant. Give me, just transfer the phone. Well, if you're going to get upset, then I'm going to hang up. I said, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Hang up. I don't really care. But what I'm telling you is that it's, you know, I have 4 people trying to attack me, and they're threatening me with things, and I need an officer out here. So she hung up in my face because I started getting upset. I ain't going to lie. So then I called back, and I told them what happened with the dispatcher. And then I told them what's going on. They saw a concern. And so they was like, we're going to bring the officer out. I said, okay, thank you. Because I told them I need to go to the hospital. Like, I'm sick. I didn't even know what was going on with me, y'all. I was sick as a dog. Like, I was sick as my dogs, for real. The officer come. The lady come out, you know, changing everything. As if she wasn't just trying to, like, put her hands on me and the other bystanders. So, while I'm in the car waiting for the police, one of the people there, I don't know if they was adopting or what they was doing, but the lady was like recording me. I said, please, ma'am, please don't record me. She said I can do what the F I want to. Wooty woo woo. I said, oh, she big and bad. That's what I was thinking. She big and bad. I ain't gonna tell y'all what else I was thinking, because I'm pretty sure y'all could put 2 and 2 together, but I'm saying, you know what? I got too much to lose. I am not about to go back and forth with these people that's feeling bold today. And you know what? I'm gonna be an example. I'm gonna set an example of how I should be acting in this moment. Because if I claim to love God, then I need to be godly. So I just let it alone. I said, whatever. All right. So the police came. He asked me what was going on. I was crying because I was sick as a dog. I was crying. I'm like, you know, this is what's going on. Woo-woo-woo. And they trying to tell me that they can't get the dog. They won't get the dog and stuff like that and all this other stuff. So he bring out the lady that, and I told him that she tried to guard me. You know, she guarded me and she almost put her hands on me and stuff. I had to call you all because I didn't want anything to escalate, because I'm not putting my hands on anybody. And there's 4 people that tried to put their hands on me. So then he like, you know, okay, well, let me go get their side of the story. The supervisor came out. They was all mad because I was crying. And I was crying because I was in pain, because I was sick. But I think they thought that I was lying. But they didn't. I'm going to tell y'all, they later on found out that I was not lying. So the police brought out the supervisor that was following me, took a picture of my plate and stuff. He said, you know, he talked to her, and I thought she lied on me. I thought she said that I was going to K-word my dog if they don't get them. That's what I thought she said. But I said, if she said that, I did not say that. And he's like, no, she did not say that. I said, okay, that's what it sounded like from down here. I'm just making sure that she ain't lying on me, you know. So I said, because if I didn't care for my dogs, I wouldn't be trying to get them help right now. And I've been trying to get them help, and I've, you know, reached out to Facebook groups and all this other stuff to try to get the help for them, but you know, I haven't had any luck. He said, I understand. So he had us talk to each other. He said, I think y'all had miscommunication and stuff. And I told him, I'm not gonna lie, I did come in there heated because and he told her, he explained that to her, I had been waiting for an hour and they wasn't busy. So she said, well, I'm sorry, we're working on our phones. Multiple people have been complaining about that sometimes it puts y'all on hold for a long time, and some people get luck with, you know, getting it back over to us and we, you know, take the call. But some, you know, others have reported how, you know, it just continues to put y'all on hold and nobody ever answers. So they're working on it. I said, okay, understood. So what happened? What happened? After that, we just started explaining our stuff. I said I did come in here a little bit elevated because it's hard to watch my dogs suffer. Like, they dying, and it's hard for me to like watch. Like, it's really making me sick, and it's doing something to my mental health and stuff, and I can't help them, and I feel like they're hopeless and stuff. So like, I can't sit here and watch this. So me and her started crying. We started crying and stuff, and she was just like, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I know I was yelling at you and all that other stuff, but you came in here kind of going off on him, and so I didn't know what was happening. You know, by law, the state requires everybody to walk in with a leash on. And I told her, well, I apologize, I didn't have a leash for her because that dog had, you know, threw up on the leashes that I had. Like, I had more than one leash or whatever, and I had to throw away her cage and all of that stuff. So I was not prepared for this to, you know, transpire or whatever like that. And she, you know, we came to an understanding and stuff. And the officer said, like, you know, she was like, we can take your dog. Do you want to hand over your dog, or do you want us to try to get her help? I said, can you please try to get her help? I love my dog. I want to keep her. I said, but if you all can't help me, then I think in the best interest would to be for you all to care for my dog. And so she said, okay, well, we can see if we can run a screening for parvo K and make sure that's actually what she has and stuff, and see if we can get her like a dose of something, but that's not promised. I said, okay, well, if you can't do that, then I would like to surrender my dog. And she said, okay. She said, can you wait a couple of minutes and stuff? I said, yes. I'm sick. I'm stumbling. I can't really even stand up for real. The officer, like, do you all have it from here? Like, you know, do you all still need me? I told him, I don't think we need you anymore. I think there was a misunderstanding with she and I, but I think we're, you know, but I think we're, you know, the and stuff, and he left. She came back out like 10-15 minutes later. Mind you, I'm sick. I'm over here slumped over like waiting to see if they can help my dog. Her name was Baby. If they can help Baby. And she come and tell me that she can't allow me to surrender my dog. Mind you, she said that to the officer. So I'm like, oh, she playing in my face. Y'all can get blocked, because I'm not about to be ungodly with y'all. Y'all don't have to watch me. Ain't nobody about to go back and forth with y'all. Y'all don't know what y'all be talking about. And I'm not about to even try to argue it. Baby, I'm not homeless no more. At all. Hold on. We're not doing no muting. We're in our last days, and people is evil as heck. And